Growing up as a Snoqualmie tribal member, I have been told by my grandfather stories of stick Indians and traditions that go along with them. The Coast Salish people have a tradition of stick Indians that I will describe to you today. In the traditions of many Salish and other Northwest Indian tribes, there is a tale of stick Indians, which are extremely dangerous forest spirits. Details about stick Indians varies from tribe to tribe. They are described as large, hairy Bigfoot-like creatures by the Salish, and as forest dwarves by the Cayuse and Yakima tribes. In some traditions, stick Indians have powers to paralyze, hypnotize, or cause insanity in humans, while in others, they merely lead people astray by making eerie sounds of whistling or laughter in the woods at night. In some stories, stick Indians may eat people who fall prey to them, kidnap children, or even molest women. They also take aggressive revenge against people who injure or disrespect them, no matter how unintentionally. The stick Indians are seldom seen. They are almost completely nocturnal, and it is said that their language does not mimic human speech but instead sounds like birds or other animals that roam in the forest. They primarily hunted and fished to feed themselves and seem to have any permanent settlement. They wore cloth with deerskin or other fixings from the forest. It is believed these creatures got the name Stick Indians because they dwell in the forest and share many traits with animals of the forest rather than typical tribes. Other inspirations for the name Stick Indians are believed to come from their habit of thrusting sticks into teepees, lodges, or individuals while they slept. These beings were not a problem, though, like some look at Bigfoot as a problem in the modern day. Many of these stick Indians would play pranks on the Native American tribes. When it comes to gender roles, this tradition only relates to age. Although women were taken, kids were the highest to disappear. The stories that were told, the tribes thought that those who had been taken by the stick Indians as a punishment for disrespecting them resulted in children, specifically warned by stick Indians, of wandering into forests throughout the night because the stick Indians stole them away and brought them up to act as wives and slaves for them. So one reference I have comes from my grandpa. During the years of when the Snoqualmie tribe had hunting and fishing rights, my grandpa netted the Snoqualmie River in Lake Washington like I have stated prior. Growing up Native American was rough. He had his nets cut by whites and was made fun of while growing up due to his appearance, such as long hair and skin color. One night he was netting for salmon on the Snoqualmie River, which is located in Snoqualmie, Washington. He was sitting watching his nets when, during the night, roughly around 2 a.m., he noticed movement along the other side of the river where his gill net was tied off to. His first reaction was to reach for his rifle, thinking it was whites trying to mess with his nets like years prior. However, he seen what looked like a large human reach down and grab his fish out of the net. He knew it wasn't a human, so he didn't fire a shot towards the direction of the creature. After the stick Indian grabbed the fish, he walked back into the woods where my grandpa then noticed numerous more in the nearby bushes across the river from him. This isn't the only story that has been told to me from my grandpa. Another story happened in the late 1990s near the Canadian border while deer hunting. He was camped when he heard screaming in the woods. First thought it was a cougar. However, rocks and branches began to be thrown at his camp. There were no other humans in the area and no other tracks in the snow of cars. He believed this was a stick Indian that was trying to get my grandfather out of the area. He packed up his things and left, after having the hair on the back of his neck stand up. Another reference I have is with the Colville tribe located north of Spokane. They find markings of stick Indians in a water trough that was discovered by hunters in the year of 2018. When stick Indians took kids or tribal members, death ceremonies were performed. Native Americans celebrated death, knowing that it was the end of life. However, it was a belief to the start of a new life in the spirit world. Most tribes throughout the Salish Sea also believed that the journey might be long, so afterlife rituals were performed to ensure that the spirits would not continue to roam on earth. Various tribes honor the dead in several ways by giving them food, herbs, and gifts to ensure a safe journey to the afterlife. When it comes to similarities with this tradition and other traditions in Native American culture, we see similarities and differences. Within Coast Salish tribes in western Washington, we see tribes believing in stick Indians. However, other tribes in the Pryor Mountains believe they are little people, a race of dwarves in the folktale of the Crow Nation. The little people is also seen and spiritual wisdom, and played a major role in shaping the destiny of the Crow people, through the dreams of the legendary Crow chief. Like I have stated, tribes in the West call them Stick Indians, while throughout Indian country, different tribes call them Little People, while the neighbors in the Northwest and Nez Perce related to them as Stick Indians. A story told by an Armstrong, which is a Nez Perce tribal member, stated that Stick Indians wore deer skins wrapped around their bodies and lived in deep woods. The Stick Indians could make themselves invisible by rubbing themselves with a certain type of grass, and at other times they would remain invisible. They would hoot like owls and howl like a coyote to blend in with their surroundings. As in many cultures, comparing the similarities with others, we can see Catholic Irish with their leprechauns. The Nez Perce would occasionally put out food for Stick Indians. This is similar with the coastal tribes of Washington when a member of the tribe passes to help with their journey. In modern day, everyone has heard of Bigfoot, which may seem similar due to the similarities of the tape portrays. Whenever you see the video, the creature is moving, trying to get away from the people that see it. This is the same stories that are told with Stick Indians and Little People. They don't want to be seen, they don't want to cause any trouble. They are trying to live anonymous and keep to themselves, but they are spotted, and they try to escape without being seen, such as in my grandfather's story and the different stories I have explained throughout numerous tribes. This tradition has been passed down and is still in use in today's world. However, these stories have been shaped more towards a Bigfoot-looking creature. The reason for this is due to numerous tapes that have been caught of this creature in deep wooded areas, and it represents numerous things that the Native Americans have described for many years prior. Overall, I hope you have enjoyed my presentation about Native American Stick Indians, and I look forward to learning a lot more throughout the course. Thank you.